is up, guys? Welcome back to Life from This. Hope you guys are doing well. What we're going to be looking at today is a video that was released from Vacheron Constantin. This was released a little bit ago and I've spoken about it on another video. It's called A Journey to the Heart of Vacheron's Secrets. It basically walks through a person's journey where they had a Vacheron Constantin Chocolatone, or Toledo as it's commonly known, and that individual took it to Geneva to get it serviced, and it kind of follows his journey through the manufacturer. So I thought we would watch it, being that I've spoken about it previously. We did a video about the Vacheron Constantin Toledo, or Chocolatone. We mentioned this video in it. We put a link in the bio to it, but I think I should give my thoughts on this video because I think this is one of the videos that really made me fall in love with watches, but also with the Toledo from Vacheron Constantin. So we're going to be looking at this. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this. But before we get into that, be sure to hit that like button if you like these types of videos, as well as subscribe to the channel if you like the other videos that we've watched, or you just not subscribed. And yeah, so let's get into it. I don't know when it was released. I'm looking here, it looks like 2013. I'm not sure if that's right, but let's just get into it.
One day, my father gave me his watch.
Such a Swiss
I can
thing
still
on the
hear
train.
him say, "It's a Vacheron Constantin." You know, they've been existing for quite a long time. Watchmakers for 250 years. 250 years of uninterrupted history. It has always impressed me. My father told me the story. It all started in Geneva, near the Rhone River. To me, Geneva was a city, a mountain range, and a lake, like a jewel case. On that day, I was going to Geneva. I wanted to have my watch appraised, and I wanted to have it serviced. My father had always told me to take great care of it.
Voie 2, ICN pour Genève Aéroport, en voiture s'il vous plaît.
Okay, a minute 30 in, so I just want to talk about a few things really quickly. This is actually really reminiscent with me. I grew up in Switzerland, and I remember taking trains like that, and I remember hearing that person make announcements in the train stations where they talk about trains that are arriving or departing. It's very, it kind of hits home with me, especially with my upbringing. They also spoke a little bit about Vacheron Constantin's history. You saw a little piece of paper that went through the screen that talked about how it was founded in 1755. It's one of the oldest watch manufacturers ever, and I think that it's amazing that it has actually lasted this long. So let's continue.
As I was walking across the old Saint-Gervais area, I thought of the watchmakers that had settled there in the 18th century. They were called the cabinotiers. I tried to imagine which facade had once housed the first workshops. In 1755, Jean-Marc Vacheron, a man of culture as well as a master watchmaker, hired his first apprentice. This was the Active Foundation, 250 years ago. In my memory, I see this watch, the first one Vacheron ever signed. The expansion started with Jacques-Barthélemy Vacheron. First Italy, with Milan, Turin, Florence, or Genoa. During one of his travels, Jacques-Barthélemy met François Constantin. They became partners in 1819 and created their company, Vacheron Constantin. From then on, all the watches would bear their double signature.
Okay, 3:05 in. So I just want to talk about a little bit about Jean-Marc Vacheron. So it's cool that we're getting a little bit of history about the watch, seeing the actual first watch that ever had the name Vacheron inscribed onto it. We actually did a video where we talked about, we have a series where we talk about legendary figures within the watch industry, and we focus on watchmakers, and one of the people who we covered was Jean-Marc Vacheron because of our love for Vacheron Constantin, obviously this video. This was actually kind of spurred us on to make that. If you want to know a little bit more about Jean-Marc Vacheron, be sure to check out that video. I'm sure it'll be in the side panel. It's actually probably in the playlist with Vacheron Constantin watches. So that was cool. It's also nice to see how the founding of Vacheron and Constantin came together. So yeah, we'll continue. But I just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of that.
With the two of them, the standards were higher than ever. The technical sophistication and the superlative hand finish produced precious watches that brought back all my childhood memories. An 1828 watch with enamel decorations, so thin.
Geneva for enamel, of course.
An 1839 watch engraved with a Moorish star.
Such high quality finishing, all of the watches that Vacheron Constantin produces.
In 1844, they settled in the Tour de Lille. This is a relic of Geneva's former episcopal castle, which dates back to the 13th century. Encouraged by success, the brand carried on its expansion. It achieved a worldwide presence in France, England, Belgium, Egypt, India, China, Brazil, and the United States. Still in Geneva, in 1875, a new change of address for the brand, which chose the Quai des Moulins, next to the Tour de Lille, just across the street. To this day, it's the brand's historical building and has just been renovated.
Okay, 458, and before we get into the renovations that they've done to their headquarters, I just want to talk about how the video discussed the expansion of Vacheron Constantin throughout the globe. Obviously, when you create high quality products, your name's going to get out there, and I think that's what Vacheron Constantin ended up doing. They actually they go over some of the clients that they had serviced later in this video, so you'll see that. But some of the clients that they had that they produce watches for, it shows the quality and how much people love Vacheron Constantin. Again, I just wanted to speak about the quality. Every single piece that they're making is extreme quality. Even that first Vacheron, the first pocket watch that Vacheron, Jean-Marc Vacheron created that had his name on it, that was of extremely high quality. I mean, it carried on through. You saw the enamel finishing on that one pocket watch, as well as some of the diamond sets on that lady's wristwatch that you saw. So yeah, we'll talk about the clients a little bit later that they have, the client list that they have amassed, but yeah, we'll continue so you can see the renovations to their new facility.
My meeting was taking place there.
The box is so beautiful.
My watch had been crafted in 1953. Its very typical square shape ensured its enduring success. In 2002, inspired by this watch, a model named Toledo was launched. While my watch was being serviced, I tried to immerse myself in the spirit of this place which had witnessed history in the making. During the Belle Epoque, the transport revolution put the whole world within reach. We could now dream farther and faster, and Vacheron Constantin know-how seduced the Wright brothers, pioneers in the adventure of aviation. How many celebrities then crossed the threshold of the famous watchmaker? Bhupinder Singh, Maharaja of Patiala, Henry James, Monet, Peter I of Serbia, King Fuad I and King Farouk of Egypt were all part of the client list Vacheron Constantin was envied for. In order to satisfy its prestigious clients, the brand never stopped inventing, never stopped encouraging technical prowess and aesthetic concerns that mirrored its craftsmanship and know-how. All this I found on the first floor, where the collection of antique watches is exhibited. I relished slowly moving from one watch to the next.
Okay, I'll stop at 8:10 really quickly. I know that was probably a bad place to stop, but I haven't spoken for a little while, so I want to just give you my context. You heard about that list of clients. I mean, the one that sticks out to me, Monet being a client, but also kings and leaders of nations and really influential people within the world, within world history, have been clients of Vacheron Constantin. It shows when you produce a quality product, those are the types of clients you're going to end up getting. And by the watches you're seeing in this film that I tried not to speak over because I want you to really take in the quality of them, you can see just how these people could fall in love with a company like this. I mean, the one that is up right now that I stopped at was a diamond set, one complete diamond set. But you saw the Wright brothers had a wristwatch that they had created. Vacheron had created for them, and beautiful pocket watches in enamel finishing. It shows what Vacheron Constantin can do. I think it's very cool that they have a place where they exhibit their creations like this. Let's keep going.
Something very soon became obvious to me. Vacheron Constantin remains faithful to its motto, do better if possible, and that is always possible. This is how the brand won the competitions organized by Geneva Observatory and registered new records of precision. Its prestige was immense when it invented a portable chronograph which, among other things, measured the performance of the competitors who took part in several automobile Grand Prix in Bern.
We talk about that in Jean-Marc Vacheron's video.
The appraisal was going to take more time. I had the chance to go to Plan-les-Ouates to visit Vacheron Constantin's new manufacture. It was brand new and built in the shape of a Maltese cross cut in half, an architectural allusion to the emblem chosen in 1880.
All right, 9:24, just before we get into the new manufacture. I think this video might be misleading. I mean, I don't think everyone's going to be that close with the watchmaker when they're servicing your watch if you go to Vacheron Constantin Geneva, but you never know. I think these companies really focus on creating incredible experiences for the people who own their watches, so you never know if that is something that could happen. It is very beautiful to see how the watchmakers actually doing servicing your watch, and you can talk to them about things that you've noticed about its performance. So that's kind of cool. Again, I don't think they're going to take you to the manufacturer like this, but it really depends on what kind of collector you are and what type of relationship you have with Vacheron Constantin. Who knows? They could do something like this. I think that type of experience is what happens when you invest in a product from this type of company. So let's see the manufacturer.
I held my breath, thinking of these ancient skills, of the extreme precision, the attention given to the minutest detail. Their approach hadn't changed in 250 years. That acute sense of innovation, which drove them forward into modern times, had been kept intact. I was delighted to recognize the same spirit in the watches that had recently been created. The same inspiration, the same will were still there.
Beautiful. Alright, 11:58. Before we get into this next scene, I didn't want to talk again because I want you to take in how amazing this is from Vacheron Constantin, but I think that really showed you the time and effort and quality that they put into their pieces. But it also, I liked how they showed some of their modern collection, because it shows that the innovation that they had previously still is relevant today, and they still are continuing that type of quality with the pieces that they're making. They're also very, they make very, the pieces that you'll look at and you'll say, that is a Vacheron Constantin. Perfect example is when you saw that tourbillon, you saw the tourbillon cage actually had the Maltese cross, which is Vacheron Constantin's symbol. That's a very unique way of creating a cage for a tourbillon. So I thought that was very cool, and you'll definitely figure out that they are Vacheron Constantins by the subtle nuances within their watches. So let's get into this next part.
I was lucky at the manufacture. I saw the finishing stages in the making of the Toledo. I have never believed in coincidence. As I returned to the shop, I knew I had to make a quick decision. I had just been offered an exchange. If I agreed, I could leave with the Toledo I had just seen being crafted at the manufacture. I was moved. My father's watch now deserved to become part of the house's fine collection. I had made my decision. Could my father ever have imagined that his watch would one day be part of the Vacheron Constantin Heritage Collection?
beautiful way of writing. We're wrapping up now on this video. I just want you to take in Geneva as well, because this is again a beautiful scene. Here you can see what actually is projected on the Vacheron Constantin building as well. And I'll talk about the story that just happened in a second. Parts of the watch, it's cool. And the Maltese cross, of course, because you know that that's Vacheron Constantin. Alright, so that's the end there, just to discuss that last little scene there. I don't know how realistic it is for someone to actually be offered by the manufacturer, oh, let me take your watch and I'll give you the new one. Now, that is a blanket statement. If you have a very significant watch, like this watch was, that probably is quite common. And obviously manufacturers like to create collections where they can show their heritage, because it shows where they came from and is a example of where they could go. I don't know if I'd make the same decision though. I think I would keep the Toledo. Let me know in the comments if you would take the new one or keep the old one. I think I would have kept the old one. Has too much sentimental value if it came from my father. Also, like, I love vintage watches. I love the gold and like kind of like the white creamy dial of this Toledo. But the new one's also really beautiful. I think that was in platinum too, so you're looking at a fairly nice watch for sure. But yeah, that's actually one of my favorite videos. Actually, it looks like the video was from 2005, so it's not from 2013. It's from 2005. So excuse what I said in the beginning of the video when I thought it was from 2013. But yeah, that's the video. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. I absolutely love it. It made me fall in love with Vacheron Constantin because I had learned about their history and saw what they're capable of. It also made me fall in love with the Toledo, or the Chocolatone. It's one of my favorite watches ever produced. So yeah, it's a unique shape. It's absolutely beautiful and I love it. I'll be sure to put a link to this video in the description so you can see it and for yourself. But I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction video. If you didn't do it in the beginning of the video, be sure to smack a like on this video if you liked it. Really does help us out understand if you like these types of videos, or if we should change the type of content we're doing. I've had a lot of fun with these reaction videos, so I probably will keep doing them, but let me know if there's something you want me to react to. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like these types of videos. And with that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time.